Hello, you are watching The Garden Corner Show. We are a show where we're crazy and we're crazy passionate about everything gardening, at least everything that we know about.
Yeah.
And but the one thing you can always count on is that we are real.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. I am J-Dog John Karshboom. I'm out here with Mr. Dave, T-Bone down below there, and Chris Steinke from Youngblood Nursery. We're still talking about the coolest and latest plants, and I get really excited. I think my voice starts to go up a pitch,
Yeah, he gets all loopy when he starts getting into plants.
Yeah, and it was fun traveling with Simon around the nursery. I mean, just even the very first houses. Because the nursery's a really big nursery.
Yeah.
And then when we started out, we were in that golf cart, and we got to the first house, and the golf cart pretty much sat there because we were going through the first house. And I know Simon's thinking, this tour's going to take me a little while. And he did it at lunchtime, too. So anyway, let's get right into the plants.
All right.
Tell me about this one. I pulled it because it was so neat looking.
Yeah, we've got an upright Chamaecyparis cactusa, and another Hinoki cypress. This is Tetragona aurea. Aurea refers to the coloration on the foliage, which is yellow, but it's very upright. It's going to be a little quicker growing one, maybe 6 inches a year. Makes a great specimen plant in the garden, and it will probably top out at around 10 to 12 feet.
Okay. Well, and the reason why I picked it out, it had almost kind of the new foliage, or maybe it's just the new part in this first part of spring, is that it has a neat light green coloring mixed with the dark green coloring.
Yeah.
And then that form is just a neat standout.
It has the dark bark too, which makes it sound
that really orangey bark there.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can catch that, Mr. Dave. No, he's shaking his head. No, trust me, it has an orangey bark. Anyway, let's talk about this. Actually, that one I had a special effect with that one.
Gotcha. Okay, gotcha. We've got another Japanese red cedar, Cryptomeria. This is a very popular variety, Black Dragon. It's kind of a bulletproof variety. This is planted out. Once it's established, it's going to take care of itself. No water needed. Can take the hot sun, and it just makes a really neat specimen plant. Slow growing to probably 4 to 6 feet. I've never seen one bigger. Supposedly they can get a little bigger than that. It's got these neat cones on it too.
I was just going to mention that.
Yeah, and those will pop up throughout the year. But it's just a neat plant, and it's an easy care plant.
Yeah. And it has a really I want to say this kind of pods on them, that these little new growth that look like kind of pods of some sort.
These will just become more branches, and it'll fill in, kind of fill in more, and just become kind of a dense cluster of foliage.
Now, Cryptomeria, what is it? What did you call it? Japanese cedar? Cedar? Yeah. Is that what Cryptomeria is?
Yeah.
Oh, Japanese cedar?
Yeah.
Didn't know that.
All different varieties. Yeah.
Okay. Well, anyway. Learn something new every day. I have to tell you, this is the special effects. The
bowling ball.
The bowling ball, yeah.
That was bowling, right?
Yeah. Okay. Poor special effects, would you say? All right. Or very poor, I'm sorry.
Very poor.
Anyways, tell me about this guy.
We've got a thuya. We've got a thuya called Mr. Bowling Ball. Just called bowling ball because it stays incredibly round without any pruning. This hasn't been pruned. It grows round. It's a very neat plant.
It's a lime green type coloring too.
Yeah.
So now, do you have to trim it that way? No, just normally like that.
No, it's not going to get too out of control. Possibly it's going to shoot a couple branches here and there that you might want to prune off, but that's just fine. Just go ahead and prune them off if you don't like the way it's growing.
So I see on this guy in the landscape, because of the roundness and because of that light green, it would make it's a great addition to your landscape on that. So it's just another, because you look at color, you look at the foliage, and you look at the form of it, and so this would be a neat form. Anyway, I thought that was really neat. I saved one that I really liked for last, and Tell me about this guy. Can you see that?
Got a little ground cover plant here called polygala or polygala. Very, very cool flowers, sweet pea-like flowers. Very low to the ground. This is probably not going to reach more than 6 inches tall off the ground. Just form a nice 15-inch mat. But great early bloomer. It blooms for a long period of time, over a month, I'd say. And it can take pretty much full sun. It can also take a little bit of partial shade. You wouldn't want to plant it in too much shade. Just have less bloom when it's much.
So are these guys fragrant?
A little bit. They're not anything you're going to smell like just walking past them, but if you got down on your hands and knees, obviously you could smell it.
Yeah. Take a look. Now, right behind us is a bunch of it. See that? Take a look. Oh, yeah. So when you walk past it, you got to walk past it like this. It is very fragrant. Yeah.
Plant. It's a great plant.
Be a treat for your dog or something if you want to give him a little fragrance or something. But anyway, isn't that neat? I liked it. I thought that was a neat ground cover that I have not yet seen before. So has it been around for a while?
We've had it for a few years. We've had it, just a few available here and there. But this year we had good numbers for production, so it has become more available from us, anyways.
Right. I think we have some coming our way as well.
I think so.
Yeah. Okay, good. Anyway, that is the show for the day. I hope you found something that might be helpful to you in the garden. But lest you didn't, no, you didn't. If you didn't, you just wasted a complete 10 minutes of your entire life. But I do have a question for you, and I'm hoping that you can answer. I'm just interested in, when it's the first of spring and you're starting to work in your garden, what is one of the first things that you do? Just curious. Anyway, leave a comment. I want to hear about it. So that's the show for the day. Always, are you ready?
Always.
Live your passion.
See